My story was full of hills and valleys. I waited 3 years before starting my undergraduate degree after writing my O levels because JAMB and post JAMB jammed me and I couldn't gain admission into university. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel today. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for coming again and again to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, if you're new here, please like, share and subscribe to my channel so that you can get more content from me and so that my video will be recommended to more people to benefit from it. Today we'll be looking at quick tips and tricks to ace your academics. So if you're a student here, this will really benefit you. I'll be sharing from my wealth of experience of what I think you should do or you can do to have good academic success. And let me just give you a little background about myself. 2014 was when I graduated from the university. I studied economics, so I had a first class degree in economics. Well, that is 10 years ago, but I have also just concluded my master's recently. So I'm going to share some quick tips and tricks that can help you ace your academics. I'm going to tell you what I did back then and what I still did in my recently concluded studies that helped me to have good academic success. My story was full of hills and valleys. I waited 3 years before starting my undergraduate degree after writing my O levels because JAMB and post JAMB jammed me and I couldn't gain admission into university. I know it's been 10 years, but I know that what I'm about to share will help you ace your academics because it is still relevant today. So we'll go straight into the video. First things first, if you want to ace your academics, if you want to have good success, you have to have an academic goal. There's this saying that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you have to start with an academic goal. What do I want to have at the end of this studies? Do I want to come out with a diploma? Do I want to have a 2-1? Do I want to have a 2-2? Do I want to have a first class? Do I want to have a third class? What is your academic goal? You need to set it out straight from the onset and then you work towards it. Like you have strategic goals, strategic objectives, and how you intend to meet those objectives. You cannot say what will be, or let's see how things goes. No, that is you setting yourself up for failure. You have to make a decision as to what you want at the end of the day, and that's what helped me. From day one, I said I want to be outstanding. I want to be excellent. I want to be known. Like I want my name to be written in the sand of time, and I work towards it. I remember sharing my experience with someone when I was about leaving. Oh, these are the things that I did to help me ace my academics. And the person blatantly told me that she's not interested in having a first class. And it's okay, not everybody will have a first class. You can decide what you want. If it's a 2-1 or 2-2, whatever you want, you can decide. But this person told me I don't want to have a first class and did not pay attention to any of my advice. The person ended up spending 3 extra years in school and regretted that decision. So you have to have an academic goal. What is it that you want and what can you do to achieve your goals? Write that vision and work towards it. One thing you must note, don't set low expectations for yourself. It's better you set the bar so high that even if you don't reach that bar, you reach something close to it. Because if you set low expectations for yourself, you might end up not achieving it at all. So it's important to set high expectations for yourself. Number 2 tips that you need to have good academic success is to have a mentor. Have a mentor, an academic coach, and be willing to learn from your predecessors. This is what worked for me. Like when I was in 100 level, I was always speaking to those in 200 level, 300 level, 400 level, like what are the tips and tricks that can help me ace my academics. They told me the things they had gone through, the different kind of lecturers, and what they expect from you. Because if you schooled in Nigeria and you went to a federal school, you know that the system is a bit different from when you go to a private school. So you need to understand each lecturer and what the lecturer wants and how you can align yourself with the lecturer. So these are things I got from my predecessors. I was always on their link. What handout do I need to read? What material do I need to read? And they shared their wealth of experience and it helped me to ace my academics. Also, when I was struggling with my dissertation, I had people that were my friends that I was speaking to. They helped me to review each and every of my dissertation, my chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. It helped me and I was able to get an A in my dissertation, which was a very like a great achievement from during my time. So it's important that you have people that have gone ahead of you that you can speak to and learn from that would help you in your journey. Number three thing I would say is attend classes. It is important that you attend classes and leverage the strength of like-minded people. I work with people of like mind. Most of these things I wrote them in my book. Like I had like 4 friends that were really, really, I would say they were one of the reasons why I really graduated with a good grade, because these people were very serious. Like they were very serious. They were always pushing me, have you done the assignments? What have you done? Let's read together. Let's go to night class. Like they were always there to push me. And we all graduated with good grades, like excellent grades, like we're just putting ourselves back to back because we were serious. So I work with like-minded people. I leverage on their strengths. I attended tutorials because some people will just organize tutorials that can help you, in small groups that can help you where you are not strong. Because I will not say that I knew everything, but I learned from other people. So I leverage on people that were strong, that knew better than me during my time, and I learned from them. So do not read in isolation, do not work in isolation. Leverage the strength of others to help you in your academics. Another thing you need to do is to review your performance each semester to keep track of your goal. Like remember, we started with know your goal, like you want to have a 2-1. So by the time you review your performance each semester, like during my time, I had like this book where I wrote all of my grades every semester. Once I get the result, I check my grades, I calculate my CGPA, I know where I am and I know where I want to be. I know, okay, I need to put in more effort, or okay, I'm doing well, I can continue to use this strategy, or I need to review my strategy. So I believe now, I mean, it was a little bit paper-based during our time, manual. I think that right now, most universities, they make use of online system where you can just check your results, and it would most likely calculate your CGPA. I might be wrong, but if it doesn't, make sure that you have a track record of what your results are, especially if you are attending a federal school, like a state school, like that's not a private school. You know how things are there with missing scripts, missing results, and all of that. You don't want to be like, I don't know what happened. Like I had a case of someone that didn't know that an exam was missing until the final year, and it was too late. So you cannot be lackadaisical about your studies. You need to keep track. What do I have this semester? What can I do to get to where I want to be? What effort do I need to make? Keep track, calculate your CGPA, work towards it, and I keep working every time till you get your desired goal. The final point I would mention today is prayer, the God factor. Very, very important. You cannot as much as you can read and pass your exams, but it is God that gives you that brain to even be able to remember. So there's some people that they will read and read and read, and they will still not, like, they will not remember in the exam hall. And it's not because you are super intelligent or you're better than them. It's just the grace of God that is available for you. I was always prayerful. Like I put myself out there for God to use. So I was always serving in church and fellowship and every opportunity, and I made sure that I prayed. And one thing that happened to me during my time is I was always falling sick. Like I was always falling sick. Like I noticed a trend in my life, my 300 level, my 100 level and 200 level. Like each time I was about to write an exam, I would always fall sick. And people might call it exam fever, but I don't think I was scared of exam because I prepare way ahead of time. And that's what even helped me because I was always falling sick. I would have read ahead of time. So like there's no pressure. I don't have any pressure during exam because I would have studied and prepared. But I noticed that each time I have to write an exam, I would fall sick. Like if I don't fall sick a week to the exam, a day to the exam, I'll fall sick during the exam. And this trend continued. I would always fall sick. So to affect maybe 2 or 3 of my papers. And when it was 300 level, first semester, I noticed that it happened again. And I said, not again. Like I was very, very angry in my spirit, and I went to God in prayers. I said, Father, this trend must stop. And I prayed with all of my heart, and that was the end of it. In my 200 level second semester, my 400 level, I did not fall sick again. So I would say the God factor is very, very important. You cannot do anything without God. If God said you will sleep and not wake up tomorrow, you will not. You will not be able to, write that exam. So it is God that even gives you the grace to start an exam and finish it, to start a course and even have a certificate. It's the grace of God. We had cases of people that died during our 4-year degree. So you need to put God first in your life, value God, pray to Him, hold on to God because He's the giver of life, He's the giver of intellect, of wisdom, and He's the one that can help you ace your studies. Most importantly, focus on your transferable skills because these are the skills that would help you when you enter into the real world, the job market. into your career. The transferable skills you build during that 4 year degree is more important than even the certificates that you get. And these are what are the skills you get? Time management, because you are trying to balance your academics with sports and every other thing. You build good time management, and if you choose to ignore those skills, they would affect you in your later life. It's important that you build good time management, presentation skills, communication skills. How do you communicate with people? Do you even know how to communicate? Presentation skills, networking. Now, going to school is not about books. It is important that you have a social life, that you're able to network, like that you have those conferences, those what's it called now, SUJ things that they do, departmental programs, research groups, opportunity to meet people. These are things that you cannot afford to ignore, because the relationship you build during your undergraduate days will help you even further in life. I still have friends that have helped me, even that I met way back when I was studying. So networking, social skills, communication, time management, research, like knowing how to have good research, because I mean, the research that I did during my undergrad, my final year project was an intense one, and I'm so happy because it helped me even in my master's program. I was able to build good research skills because of my project, my final year project, and I gave it my all. I learned, like I gave it my all, burnt the midnight candle. And that helped me in my master's program. When it was time to do my dissertation, it was not so difficult, because even though it was 10 years ago that I did my BSc dissertation, I was able to draw from my wealth of knowledge and experience that I had previously. So focus on the transferable skills. Some of the good skills you need in the career world is good research. Research skills will ask you, okay, make a presentation. You have to go and do some research. So you should, and God bless you guys. You have ChatGPT today to give you some structured answers to so many things that would even help you. So focus on the transferable skills that you learn, because it will help you in your job market when you get into the real world. And I need to put this caveat. I need to say this. Graduating with a first class would not guarantee success in life, but it can set you up for opportunities to better improve your life. Like, things that will not be available to everyone might be available to you because you've found yourself in the top 1% growth. I would say this for me. First of all, I was so happy that God helped me to fulfill my dream, because from the onset I wanted to, graduate the first class, and I remember God telling me that my name will be written in the sand of time, and it did, because I graduated as the best graduating student in my time. And of course, it has its own disadvantages, because when you come up, people have such high expectations from you. Oh, you are super intelligent. They expect you to be able to provide solutions, and sometimes maybe you don't have the answer to that question. But apart from the downside, how I've been able to gain. Remember I said you need to focus on the important skills, which good academic success will teach you, because if you really set yourself up to get a good grade, you know how to manage your time, you know how to research, you know how to communicate, present, network, all the skills that you need in the job market. Also, what he had done for me, because I've been, when it comes to job openings, especially in Nigeria, you know the way it is in Nigeria now. They'll give you restrictions of 2-1, 2-2 should not apply, first class. So I was always among the top 10% group, because so it gave me an edge that most likely, I'm not sure they'll call me for an interview. Although I did struggle, but it helped me in terms of job openings, job applications, and abroad scholarship opportunities. All this Commonwealth scholarship and the rest of them. When they see good grades, they're willing to invest in you. Almost all the applications I've made for overseas overseas application, I've always gotten scholarships because of this academic success that I've had. So I'm saying that it's okay to choose the kind of choose the kind of grade that you want, but if you can aim high, why not go for it? Don't settle for less. So if you can, whatever you want to do, make sure that you have your goals and work towards that goal. And finally, most of the things I've said today would be relevant if you study in Nigeria, because when you're abroad, the game is a bit different, the focus is a bit different. Maybe I'll make another video about how to ace your academics when you're studying overseas. But what I want you to know is that you need to focus on, especially abroad, you need to focus on the skills and the experience that you've learned from your academics, what you can bring to the table. So nobody cares about if you have a first class or a 2-2. Nobody, they will just ask you. You don't even put that on your CV because they don't look at that. Most times they don't look at that. They would ask you what transferable skills you have for this job and how is that relevant to the role. So you see that they may not look at your grade, but those skills can be built if you are passionate about your studies and you give it your all. So do not settle for less. I hope this helped you today, and if it did, please share with someone who would find this beneficial. Make a comment about how this has helped you and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.